Good afternoon, morning, whenever you're watching the video, and welcome to Shishi Show. And we are here in my closet, which I call the Queendom. So welcome. And today we're going to talk about midlife skin and a great makeup line that I have found called Look Fabulous Forever. And it is a company from Great Britain that actually has founded by a wonderful woman that is over 60 now, and her name is Trisha Kasdan. And thank you, Trisha, for allowing me to explore your makeup line. And I'm excited to share this product line with my readers because I really do love that she has thought through all the things that go into how it's different now that we're older and how your skin takes on different light, different texture, and she has formulated some great products that actually really work with our type of skin. But today we are going to start my makeup with foundation, and the foundation that they have I really love. The one thing I love about this product line, they don't give you like gazillion choices with maybe just 3 different colors. So I'm going to use foundation number 2, and my skin isn't super fair and it's not dark. I'm kind of right in the middle. I'd be light to medium, I would say, but I'm not super fair. I have lots of discoloration, and this color really works well for me. So today I'm going to put a little bit on my hand, and I'm going to use my fingers, and I'm going to use a makeup brush to apply the foundation. By the way, Look Fabulous Forever has a great line of brushes, and a lot of them I have here, and some of them I don't have, so I'll be using some of my own brushes. And most of the makeup line I'll be using is all Look Fabulous Forever. There are a couple of things that I don't have of theirs that I will be using some of my own product line. So today I'm going to start by just dabbing it on my hand and just applying it. In fact, I'm going to have to look in this mirror. This is my superhuman mirror, which I think it's superhuman. I'll link it for you. It has a little magnetic 10 times mirror here that you can pull off. I just think it's not a cheap mirror, but it is the best mirror on the market in my opinion. When you walk away from it, the mirror goes off, and when you come back to it, it comes back on. So I think it's a really cool mirror. So I'm going to be applying my makeup so I can see a little better, since I don't see good anymore. And I think if you're over 50 years old, if your eyesight isn't affected, then you are lucky. You are lucky. I just, I'm going to use this brush, but I'm really going to end up using my fingers. I'm just trying to be professional right now and use these brushes, but after watching a lot of videos around with a lot of beauty bloggers, I noticed that I'm not the only one that likes to use fingers. So I'm going to get after it. And you don't need a lot, but I always put a little bit on my eyelids. You can use a primer later, but I just start there because I also have some discoloration. This is light to medium coverage. It's not cakey and heavy, but I think it covers really nice without being cakey and heavy. I also have a little knot right here from wearing glasses. So this is number 2. I used my fingers. You can use an application brush. You can use your beauty blender. I really love the beauty blender. My fingers are the beauty blender. But I do love a brush for concealer. And that is what we're going to do next. And I'm just going to put a little bit on because after I do my eyeshadow, I always go back in and do a little more because you know why? Because even though I kind of protect the powder from getting underneath my eyes, I always do this, but there'll always be a little bit of residue powder, and then I'll go back and just kind of touch it up with a little more concealer. But this concealer today is the number 2 also, and it is Creme. And I've got one of the brushes, which I love. It is the concealer brush, and I just dab it, and I'm going to start right underneath. And see, you can tell it's a lot lighter than my skin, but that's good. You want to just really lighten this up, especially in the corners right here, and then right here. And if you want to do a little bit on your eye, you can, but really you want to make sure you get right in this corner right here, and then right under the eyelash line. And like I said, I've got this little knot. And what does light do? Light brings things out. And what does dark do? It's the principles of art or painting. I'm not an artist, but I do know that light goes out, dark recedes. So if you've got a spot that's kind of protruding, then dab some light part around it to even it out. I'm going to go back in with my concealer. I get real red right here, and as we age, our skin is different. When you're a baby, everything that baby's bottom is so pretty. Their little cheeks just like snow. Well, when we get older, through time and elements of the weather and the sun and just age spots and whatever, our skin changes. And I tend to get really red right here. And I get fever blisters. I don't know if any of you guys get them, but I've been plagued with them my whole life. And I've got redness where I have had fever blisters, almost like scarring. So I'll dab a little bit of concealer right around those kind of discolored areas. So that's a little tip in case you haven't figured that out. If you see any other places on your skin, little brown spots that you haven't had treated, I will say the IPLs at your med spas are really super to get rid of age spots. A lot of people tend to get them here, especially in the car and you're driving and that sun is coming in. This whole side of your body is probably way more sun damaged than your right side of the body if you're driving. And now if you're a passenger all the time, it's the opposite. This is a lid color, and I look at it as kind of like a primer. I don't have a lid primer here. I have some of my own primer. I don't take the time to use primer, but it is really good to use because it will help make your eyeshadow stay. It kind of sets it. It helps to keep your eyeshadows on all day long. The lid color is, again, you want to just kind of like a highlighter, kind of dab a little bit in the corners. And like I said, light comes out and dark recedes. You do not want to make this area look dark. So we want to lighten it up. So I'm going to put a little bit here, and then you can put some lid color. I always like to put it right here in the corner, and then you want to do the darker on the outside. So I'm going to blend in a little of this light, and then I'm going to put a little bit up here, top part of the brow, right under your eyebrows. Then another good place is right here. This is where you can put some highlighters and stuff. You got to be creative with your makeup, okay? Doesn't have, just because it says one thing doesn't mean you can't use it for other things. So I want you to think out of the box. So next, what we're going to do is I'm going to do my eyebrows. Eyebrows for me, now I know Trisha in her video said that for her, if she was on a desert island, she would go for mascara. Well, I like mascara too, but I think the brows, the most important part of your face, because the brows frame your face. Look Fabulous Forever has a great little tool for your eyebrows. And it is a wand with a very, very, very fine, let's see if you can see that, fine brush on it. That is so that you can get a brush stroke on your brows that look like brow lashes. So I had this on just 2 days ago. I was trying it out, And I was getting my hair done, and one of the hairdressers says, "Did you just have your brows, or have you had microblading?" And I said, "Well, yeah, but it's been a year. Why?" She goes, "Well, your brows are beautiful." And I was like, okay. And I was looking in, and I was like, oh, this is my new little Look Fabulous Forever brows. So what we're going to do is we're going to paint on brow lashes. So give me a second here, and I'm going to be over here in my mirror. Now, when women, especially as we get older, draw in with a heavy pencil, their eyebrows, it will age them. I really believe that. This little wand with the paintbrush on it, I call it. Make sure you wipe it off a little bit and start brushing like zone is. Then take the little brush, this is from Look Fabulous Forever, and just blend it in just a little bit. Oh my gosh, can you see the difference? I could go a little heavier. Let's take a little, let's see, I like a little more, because like I said, even now that I'm super platinum, by the way, if you've been following me, I don't know if you noticed, I've cut my hair and I've gone pretty platinum. So change is good, right? So let's do the other eye. Wipe it off a little bit so it doesn't get clumpy. And take it all the way. You want to take it, I don't know about your brows, but since I've had microblading, mine are done. You want to kind of, you don't want to cut it off right up here. You want to take it all the way down to where the corner of your eye goes up. Blend it in. What do you think? You can already see how having a little more brow really frames your face. And this is like a dark brown, and whether you're blonde or not, she sells it in one color, and it works. Okay, we gotta blend this in. Brush, brush, brush. I like to brush up like this and then just kind of swipe over. Brush up and then just kind of on the top swipe over. Okay, is that looking good? All right, next we're getting ready for eye color. So I always, I do two things. See, we've already got a little bit of this lid color that we did with the lid color here. So next I'm going to start lightly. This color is called Eyeshade Cream. So we are going to take this brush, but their brushes are really, really nice, I will say. But having nice brushes is good. So here again, I'm going to do the whole lid. I'm going to just get after it and go for the whole lid. But I'm going to put the most of the pigment right here in the corner and right here at the top. Okay, that's it for this. And then next is a color that I love because I think it's so versatile. And this one is called Eyeshade Taupe. And for me, this is a good everyday. The pigment's not too much. It works. So this is where we're going to, if you've got those, I call them those puppy dog eyes, or they call them a hooded eyes. This is a great color to camouflage. See, we've got to learn how to camouflage as we get older. So this is the taupe. See, it's kind of neutral. This is an angular brush. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to start out here in the corner, and then I'm going to brush this bone right here. See this bone? We're going to go over it, and I'm going to look right in, and where I get hooded. See, I have deep set eyes. You either do or you don't. And mine are deep, so I don't need to create depth because mine already sink back in there. But this bone, I can make it recede a little bit so that my eyes don't seem so set back. So I'm going to put this taupey color, and don't try to do this or do this. You just want to look straight at the mirror, and you just want to go right over that bone. And then do the other eye. Go out here on the edge and connect the two. I don't put it in the middle. We want that light part to be, this center part, corner of your eyes, we want it to be lighter. So you have to kind of gauge your face on that. I'm using, if you don't know, I'm using a circle light here, and I'm actually doing this video with my telephone because it's no way to do it with a big mirror behind me or in front of me to get my DSLR camera to work. All right, now we're going to go for the darker color, and here with this brush, it's a little smaller, a little harder, but if I want a little bit more, like for a luncheon or just depending if you're going out for dinner, you want to kind of amp it up a little bit, then you would want to add this darker shade. And this is how I protect the under eye from getting all that residue powder underneath it. By the way, their shadows are not real powdery. They're real confined, and when you wet them, it works great for the liners and stuff. But I do this, and I create a V, and I'm going to go with that V. I'm going to go here. Looks like kind of like that Cleopatra look, and we're going to go for just a modified glam look. All right, are you with me? And then I'm going to make that V here at the end, and I'm going to go up right into that crease just a little bit. And then I'm going, so see, I've got this V going, and now I'm just going to blend this. You don't want to leave it hard. You want to make sure it's blended. Otherwise, oh, that's really nice. What do you think? Okay, let's see if I can match the other one. And fill in, and then we're gonna create this. And oh, like I said, I keep that finger. I've been doing it so long, I'm used to it. I know it'll be awkward at first if you've never done it this way, but you can see how the powder that's on my finger, this will keep it off of your face. So let's blend this little baby. What does it look like? If you need to, you can come back in with your number 2 Creme, the white, and then you can dab it just a little bit and then blend it all. Now I'm going to wet this hard angular brush, and we're just going to wet this dark, it's called charcoal, and I think they only do one other color, but I wanted the dark. I'm used to working with the heavy pigment in the outer corners of my eyes. But right now, what we're going to do is we're going to create an eyeliner. And you want to stay really close to the lash line and get it down into those lashes. Okay, so I'm going to, I usually use kind of like the brow liner. That's what I'm used to using. So I'm going to see if I can do that. Oh yeah, and you can just bring it slightly out. So gonna do the other eye. Oh, and what I did was I just took it out, just a little tail, not a Cleopatra tail, okay? Not a Cleopatra, not like. So what we want to do is stay right in that lash line. But this is dual purpose. This works for, let's work at that. So if you want to do a little bit down here, for me, I'd usually just fill in just a tad. You don't want to do a lot here though. If you do it on the outside because you want that eye to open up. You want them to open up, and so they can see your beautiful eyes instead of your old face. So make sure that anything you put below your eyes is out in this area right here. All right, girlies, we're moving right along. Next, I would do mascara. First of all, we want to curl our eyelashes. A good eyelash curler, just get in there and hold it and Do it again, and then just pump a little bit. And make sure they're curled, because as we get older, they get shorter, they get sparse, and they get straight. So we're going to do this one. Now, I love an eyelash primer, and Look Fabulous Forever has an eyelash primer, but I don't have it. So I'm going to use my own, and eyelash primer is usually white or maybe light pink. I think eyelash primer is the key to getting that mascara. Now, I'm not going to do the primer on the lower lash just because I think the mascara itself will be sufficient. Let it have a chance to dry, and then we're going to take the Fabulous Lash. I love how she names all her products Fabulous. We love Fabulous. So, pull it out and get the gook off the end there. And I'm going to the eye that I put the primer on first. And I usually swipe up first. And then I go back in and I go underneath, under, over, under, over, under, over, and then jiggle. Wiggle, jiggle, jiggle. I'm going to let that set a minute, and I'm going to come back and do another coat. And now I'm going to do the bottom lashes. All right, now I'm going to touch up. Remember I said always come back in and I touch up with a little concealer. I actually don't need much today because I didn't get anything on there. But just kind of blend it and make sure there's no residue. All right, girls, how we doing? I think it's coming along. Then we're ready for some blush. And I actually use a contour also. And Looking Fabulous Forever does a bronzer. And I love bronzer because bronzer gives you that color as if you've been in the sun without being in the sun, and just gives you a little life rather than, especially if you've been ill or you're sallow for some reason. A blush and bronzer can just bring that palette to life. And just look at your face when you're doing your makeup like an artist would look at his work, like a canvas. And everything is light reflection, and it's this canvas you're creating from a blank canvas to a finished canvas. And if you leave one part out, then it just doesn't all completely come together. So right now we're going to do the blush. You can use your fingers. Now, some people do their blush out here and up. I love to do my rosy cheeks, and I do this. I smile, and I'm going to put that, and this is called Rosy Glow. There you go. Use the pink colors. Pink colors are much better on most skin types and hair colors than the orangey ones. It tends to be much harder on your skin. So I do this, and then I do take it up. You don't just go stop here, and then I take it up and blend it, okay? So I do a little bit on the rosy cheeks, and then I carry it through and blend it up. I'll have all the information on Look Fabulous Forever down below on the video, and then if you're just watching the blog, it will be in text on the blog. So you've got ways to, and I'm going to link my mirror, and I wanted to show, okay, how's that look? Okay, so if you get too much, then blend it out. There we go. I loved having a little color. So before I'm done, I'm going to use my bronzer, and I'm going to use an angled brush like so. See? And I blow it so you don't get a lot of, you just want to create some contour in your face. Now, if you've got a thick nose, this is great. You can take a brush. This is a little tip. You can take a brush like this and put some bronzer on it and shade it on the side. So I love to take a brush. Now my nose isn't thick, but I do love to contour a little bit. And then I'm going to blend that out. And even on the tip of the nose. So if you have a little tip of the nose, you know, right like that. Now we're going to work on creating some cheekbones. How about that? So you take this angle brush and you create this hollow. Okay? And we're going to take it right here. And I like to squeeze my brush and just barely start going up and down that hollow. Okay? And then you can blend it. And then again, you just don't go here. You want to blend it up because your bone goes all the way up to your hairline. So you want to create that hollow. I've got a little there. And I have a high forehead, so I'm going to add. And then of course you can dust your whole face with a bronzer, like I said, as just a final coat to give you. So I like to do this, and then to create that jawline, and I have a little pointy chin, so I always dust it a little bit with a bronzer, because why? Darker colors recede, so I don't want to put any white here on my chin because it's just going to make that chin come right out. So one other thing I forgot to tell you, and I'm just noticing this, right here, as we age, we get that labial fold, just kind of starts drooping. And unless you go get a facelift, there's not a whole lot you can do about it. Well, you can do fillers and all that. It works for a while. I'm going to go back to my concealer, and I'm going to put a dab right here because white comes out. So if you've got a really deep line, put a little dab of concealer right there, and then just blend it. But make sure it's blended. You don't want just a white line there. We're getting ready to do our lips next. So a primer. Primer is not like a lip gloss, okay? Primer is to help prevent these little fine lines and wrinkles that we get as we get older. If you sucked on a straw for years, you're gonna have them. If you ever smoked, you're gonna have them. And then just aging itself, you're gonna have them. So I'm just going to, you can use a lip brush. I don't ever take the time to do a lip brush, but I'm just gonna go around the inside, just around the edge of my lips with a primer. And then I like lip liner, and I'm gonna use my own lip liner because I don't have Looking Fabulous lip liner. And I am going to just line my lips slightly. And if you fill your lips in, a little tip with your lip liner, it will, if you eat off your lipstick, then you'll still have some lip color on your lips. So I just kind of on the very outside, because you want to make your lips look a little bit bitter, and go very lightly with your lip pencil. Don't draw it hard in. I think this part is the hardest. And then we're going to go down this side. Fill in just a little bit. And the lipstick is really beautiful. This is called Cherry Red. So there's some real pretty colors. There's the Cherry Red. Everybody needs a good red lipstick. Everybody looks good in red, period, in my opinion. This one, Foxy, you can use your lip brush. I'm just gonna go over and stay inside that line that you just drew a little bit. That's why you don't want to do a heavy line, because then all you're gonna see is liner. Have you ever seen those women that draw in their lips in like a deep plum, and then they put a light pink in the center? Oh, hope you're not that kind. Quit doing it if you do that. So I'm just going to. Their lipstick has a little cream. It's more on the matte side. Blot. And then if you need to fix these little areas, and this would be a good place to blend your lip liner in with your lipstick if you have time. Who has time? What do you think? Girlies, I can't see good, but I think I'm done, and I think it looks pretty good. And I'm going to show you the before and after picture. You saw me before, and I just have a nice blending brush and just kind of go over everything and make sure. I think the biggest thing with makeup is making sure you're blending it, and you just don't have these hard edges on your eyes, on your lips, on your cheeks. And there you go. Thank you for joining us today. LookFabulousForever.com. I'll have it all linked for you below. And I love this makeup line. You can go on, it's worldwide. They ship worldwide. They have a great return policy. And if you don't like it, you can go back. Their website is incredible. They can help you. They have videos and tutorials, and they can help you choose your right colors, and so that you don't make a lot of mistakes. Have a wonderful week and try Look Fabulous Forever out. We thank you for joining us. If you liked it, give us a thumbs up. If you don't like it, please don't give me a thumbs down. And please subscribe. We're doing more beauty stuff, all kinds of gadgets and gadgets that make us look young and fabulous.